Dan Illman, Mike Beer, huge card at Woodbine on Saturday. We're going to take a look at race 5, the Simcoe Stakes for 2-year-old colts and geldings foaled in Canada. If you can't make it to the track, however, on Wednesday evening to play this nice card at Woodbine, Champions Off-Track Betting has many locations in the Ontario area. Very easy to head on over to a Champions near you and play the best thoroughbred and harness racing throughout the world. Champions Off-Track Betting will give you access to races like the Simcoe. Let's meet the field of these 2-year-olds going 6.5 furlongs on the Tapeta surface. Mike the 5, Goldmine Cat, 2-1 on the morning line. Mark Cassey trains. This horse just improved by leaps and bounds in the second lifetime start. He's got a big pedigree, being a half to Prince of Wales winner, Cool Catamine. And that was a pretty live race. The 4th place finisher came back to win with a 68 buyer and then was second in the Clarendon with a 70.
Yeah, I mean, I like both of this horse's starts, Dan. I thought he ran well first time out, just, chasing a horse who had more speed than him. He took a big step forward last time. He had more speed in that race. He had a rival come after him pretty early in that race, dueled him off and went clear. I liked everything about his win last time. I think he's going to be pretty tough in this race.
Let's take a look at the Timeform U.S. pace projector. Goldmine Cat, the 5, has been close in all his races. He's a little farther behind in here, but it's always tough to kind of project the pace in these 2-year-old races. The 6, Rock Crest, was a gate-to-wire winner of his career debut, and he is expected to make the lead in here. He is pretty fast, as evidenced by that big bullet 59 and change work on August the 15th. He gets a class test. He was dismissed at 15-1 in his debut.
Yeah, he didn't take a lot of money, but he pressed the pace 3 wide in there. He took over in the stretch, drifted over towards the rail. He stayed on. I thought he looked maybe a little green still. There was no closing going on in the race, so he was never really threatened. I thought he ran well. I think he has to run better than that to beat this field.
Lakeside Park, the number 3, attracts Patrick Husbands yet again. This horse was the beaten favorite behind Rock Crest in that aforementioned race. Came back with blinkers, showed improved early speed. He went pretty fast, 22.02 for the opening quarter mile, and he just had enough to hold on at the 6 furlong distance. I wouldn't be surprised if Husbands has this horse on ascend.
I wouldn't either. He looked like a totally different horse in his second career start. His first time out, when they actually bet him and thought he was good, he basically did no running. He looked like a totally different horse with blinkers last time. He didn't finish that race very strongly. That concerns me, but he did take a big step forward.
The 4, Red Astaire, was in for the $40,000 maiden optional tag on August 11th. Ran just fine at 11-1. He's going to have to take a step up because he's going to be facing Lakeside Park again, as well as a couple of other tough ones.
I thought he ran pretty well first time out. Always between horses, always chasing that front running winner. He never stopped trying to catch through the stretch. I thought his debut was fine. Maybe he can take a step forward here.
Formulator fact for the 2, Pinky Dude. This is a half-brother to the multiple stakes winner Sanssouci. Trainer Michael Doyle over the past 4 years. 2-year-old last out maiden winners in synthetic sprints, 3 for 11, 256 ROI. This horse won without any sort of trouble last time out, and perhaps most importantly, did it at this distance.
Yeah, I like that he won over this distance. He's another one who really improved, I thought, second time out. Chased the pace 3 wide, took over. I thought he was still green in the stretch. He never changed leads, but he didn't stop running. He went clear at the end. Pretty nice win last time from this horse, I thought.
New face, first-time starter, the 8, Mr. Oakley. This one is by Super Speedy, who is 4 for 17, gotten off to a good start with 2-year-old first-time starters. The dam was a stakes winner going a mile on the turf. She's foaled 4 winners from 6 runners, including a 2-year-old winner. And the dam's a half to a couple of black-type earners, a multiple stakes-winning turf runner top 10 list, and a stakes-winning juvenile dirt sprinter, Keg of Dynamite. Perhaps most interestingly about this horse is that the connections win first time out. Let's take a look at the formulator fact for Mr. Oakley. Past 5 years, 2-year-old first-time starters in synthetic sprints, 5 for 12, $13.70 ROI. Interesting that this colt is in this race because you got to figure that this horse would probably be a decent price in a maiden special, and he might be live in that spot.
Yeah, true enough. I mean, I guess you got to take him seriously because they win first time out, and he's got pedigree to be a runner. He's drawn on the outside. Not my kind of horse, Dan, but I won't be surprised when he runs well.
Forester's Fortune gets Lasix for the first time, and this is a colt that's shown some speed in his career, but he's just been beaten double digits in his last 2 races against stakes foes. He's still a maiden. Maybe he needs a little bit of class relief.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously think highly of him. They keep running him in tough spots. Now he gets Lasix. Maybe that'll make a difference.
Another maiden in this race is the one Canadian Secret. This horse is was grade 2 placed in New York, and last time out finished just behind a runner that came back to win with a very improved Beyer speed figure, winning a maiden special with a 73 Beyer. Maybe this horse, if he gets a little bit of pace in front of him, will come running late, but he's going to need a little bit of a Beyer boost after 4 starts.
Right. He's going to need maybe a contested pace in front of him, and that just falls apart a little bit for him. I thought when he was third to Goldmine Cat in his second start, I thought he ran okay that day, but I haven't really seen him take a step forward from there.
Let's take a look at our top selections for this year's Simcoe Stakes. You're going with Goldmine Cat. He's just simply the horse to beat off of that last effort. Good figure, beat a good field. I'm just curious to see what we get from Mr. Oakley. I'm just not that thrilled with the 2-year-olds with experience in this race. I like the Barnes first out numbers. I like the pedigree. I think the horse might eventually want to go a little bit longer, but maybe he'll be able to creep up in the exotics at the very least at double digits. I went 8-5-2-6. You're going with the Fever Goldmine Cat.
Yeah, I just put the chalk on top. I liked his win last time, and I thought he could be tough in this field. But as you say, it's not the strongest field in the world. He doesn't have to win. I went 5-4-3-8, so we'll see what happens.
The Simcoe Stakes, one of several stakes races at Woodbine on Wednesday, is an approximate post time of 9:06 Eastern. Best of luck.